So I saw this on TikTok where somebody said the scariest version of the Gaang. And I simply want to see if I agree with this statement or not. First up, they said Desert Aang or Aang in the Avatar state, which is no brainer, extremely easy. You can't get that wrong.
The glow is the combination of all your past lives.
And next up, they had the Southern Raiders Katara, which is absolutely terrifying, especially this scene right here. Imagine you're just a soldier on a ship, and you look over, and it's the dead of night, and you see a 14-year-old girl with a little shiesty mask creep out of the water. You'd be like, oh my gosh.
And I couldn't hear you over the sound of me shitting myself.
Earth Kingdom attack Toph? Wrong answer. This is the right answer. A 12-year-old girl kicked down a large metal door where you don't know metal bending exists, and she fell inside the door and then does this. Yeah, Toph and Katara guy. At least with Aang, I know he's the Avatar. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but I have to double down on this because I'm looking at it from the Fire Nation's perspective. Imagine if you're an everyday, regular, just Fire Nation soldier. Oh, okay, all I gotta do is stand out here on my post. And you think it's just any other night where you can just relax and just chill on the boat. And you're probably thinking like, oh, this is gonna be just an easy job. Ain't nothing to really worry about. Because I've done this shift countless of times over and over again, and nothing has ever happened.
This finna be a breeze!
But it's nighttime, but you gotta go into your usual patrol where you walk across the ship. And for anybody that ever been on a boat before or been on a cruise ship before at nighttime, you understand how pitch black dark it can get out there in the ocean. So could you imagine it being a regular pitch black night? The only thing that's lighting up the ocean is the full moon. Could you imagine looking over the ship and expecting to see endless ocean, to see a 14-year-old girl with an assassin mask and killer intent in her eyes pop out of the ocean? And that's the last thing you see? That is terrifying. Like, I want you to imagine the soldiers' mindset as they're flying towards the invasion. Like, they are already nervous and on edge, getting ready to start a war and a battle. Like, they was probably talking to each other, cracking jokes to probably ease each other's nerves. And then they look behind them, and that happens. A small 12-year-old Earth Nation blind girl fall into a door, makes a suit out of it, and is metal bending in front of their eyes. Like, look at the amount of shock, confusion, and absolute terror is in this man's face after he realized that his attack didn't work and this girl is in a suit of metal. I am glad we didn't see the pilot's face because I know he got the worst of it all. And the last thing he saw was one of the most terrifying images that anybody has ever seen.
I couldn't hear you over the sound of me shitting myself.
I want you to understand, if any of these three dudes manage to live after all this, Toph's face probably gives them PTSD. Like, if they see a blonde girl, they're scared. And since we're talking about terrifying characters, we have to mention the Blue Spirit Zuko. Which the most terrifying thing about the Blue Spirit is that he says nothing. It is incredibly silent. That's what makes it terrifying. He will look you in your face and not say a word. Take out multiple enemies. It's very clear that he's extremely skilled. And his stealth is on 100. There's literally like a 95% chance that you will never see the Blue Spirit coming or attacking. And if you manage to get a glimpse of him, all you will hear is his swords slicing open and dividing, and that blue mask, and that's it. You're either knocked out unconscious somewhere immediately, or you're literally hanging somewhere, which is like a samurai slash ninja lurking around with a mask. The most terrifying version of Sokka, it probably is the Sokka during the invasion, because we know for a fact Sokka is not afraid to kill. So the amount of bodies that he caught off camera is probably insane. But nonetheless, him before he had a sword, he used to do damage with the club and boomerang now. Like, Sokka's frightening, but compared to his friends, he's not that frightening. But his girlfriend, on the other hand, at least Toph was in like a metal suit, so I can kind of suspend my disbelief a little bit. But genuinely, how do you explain her turning into Spider-Gwen just now? But she got it. Who do y'all think is the scariest and most terrifying member of Team Avatar?
Hello? Zuko here.
And if you like that video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also let me know what you think the next video should be based off of. Because like I say at the end of all my videos, I read every comment and I make sure that y'all are heard. Because I'm trying to get to 50K by the end of the year, I would love to have your support and hear more about your ideas. I hope you're able to apply these words in your everyday life. And Lily, thanks for watching. Oh, and a reminder, drink water.
Perfection and power are overrated. I think you are very wise to choose happiness and love.